Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
My button open.
Oh, and that's some fine music. We're on the air now. Hello, how are you? Laura Clark is here with me, folks, and she's running in the 21st District. Am I correct?
That's correct.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. We're glad to have you here. Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Thanks for the
Appreciate it.
opportunity.
I know you're tired and you're bound to be wore out, but it's a good wore out, I guess.
It's a great wore out because I have been knocking doors today and meeting some great people in District 21.
You have knocked over 1,000 doors.
Yes, I have.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let me say this. I have
Yeah.
knocked the doors of over 1,000 voters.
Okay.
And yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, this is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show here at WGNS. We're going to go on there. We're already on the air, but we'll sign on here in a minute and give Laura the maximum yield of our time. And again, you are running. Now, tell us who you're wanting to replace, because Chantho has been with us for 16 years, and he's going to hang it up. And tell us how you got into that.
Commissioner Shanto Sereno has served Rutherford County for 16 years.
Very well.
He was the first elected Laotian
That's right.
representative.
Yeah.
And he's been a quiet, humble servant leader, but very, very effective, very responsive to his constituents, and just so highly regarded.
Oh yeah, and very smart.
And smart, and he's been a model civic servant. So he is retiring.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I met him 16 years ago when he
Sure.
came into my home. I was holding a community meeting, and he showed up, and we met then, and I actually sat with him and his family the night the first election returns were on screen. And
Is that right?
We got to celebrate with him and say,
Wonderful.
"We think you just won." And so he did, and he's gone on to serve 16 years.
16 years.
16.
Unbelievable. We're going to talk with Laura, and we're going to talk about some other issues that are facing us here in Rutherford County. And Connor's on the board. But for right now, my name is Ed Raymer, and I'm a host here of the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. And yes, I am still a private investigator. Welcome aboard.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS.
All right, and that is a little rock and roll to kick off your Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. And this is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show, and your host, Ed Raymer. And this show is produced at the studios, the WGNS AM 1450, 100.5, 101.9 FM, right here in the heart of the great volunteer state, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Now, you can reach us tonight. You can reach Laura with your questions, your comments, your ideas, your thoughts at 615-893-1450. That's 615-893-1450. And you can also send us a text to that number if you're a little too shy and don't want to go on the air. We certainly understand. And Connor will be glad to hand it to me or Laura. He'll read it for us or have one of us read it, whatever the case may be. If you don't want to be heard live on the air, as I told you, Miss Laura Clark is here. She's your candidate for District 21. Am I right on the number there, Laura?
That's correct. That is correct.
And we're going to talk more with her now. How do you find us? How do you reach us? Okay, of course, on the radio, naturally. But things have certainly changed over the 14 years I've been here. It's no longer just radio, which you can reach at 1450 AM, 100.5, 101.9 FM. We're on 3 different frequencies. You can find us right now on YouTube, live. Go to WGNSradio.com or whatever. You can find us. You can find us and listen on WGNSradio.com, and then scroll over. You have listen live. Not a problem. You can find us at News Radio WGNS on Facebook and YouTube. I'm sorry, I told you wrong on the YouTube thing. It's News Radio WGNS, okay? And we're on Facebook as well. And by the way, you can download the WGNS app and take WGNS with you wherever you go. Listen with the Angies. Angela Bingham, Angie Renee have just left here. And I think you had the privilege of meeting them, I think, at one time or another. And
I did.
You know, wonderful ladies doing great work, doing great things. Take a listen to them. They're here every Sunday with simplicity, doing a wonderful job, serving the community, feeding people. I can't tell you what all they're doing, okay? And a wonderful faith-based show, and just fine ladies just doing a great job for the community. And we're glad to have you. Take WGNS with you wherever you go. Listen whenever you wish. If you download the app, listen to Jason Qualls in the afternoon when you get a chance. Right now, baseball's taking between the Braves and local baseball with our prep sports and with MTSU. Of course, we're the flagship station for them. It's kicking him off the air a little bit, but he's got great financial advice and doing a wonderful job. Okay. I'll tell you what, before I start with Laura, let's go to our first series of ads so we can give her maximum yield at this time. And we'll be back with Laura Clark. We've got a little talking we're going to do about her candidacy. Stay with us. Back with you right after this. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, a tag number run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. You know, they've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. You know, J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. All right, and we are back with Laura Clark. Dr. Laura Clark, to be honest with you. Glad to have you here. Laura, thanks again for doing this. Now, what made you have been involved in politics to a degree, off and on, or well, all your life, really, not off and on. You did. And why do you want to do this? What are you doing?
I want to do this, first of all, because Commissioner Sereno is retiring and the seat is open.
Sure.
And I believe this is a good time for me to run, for a woman to run for that seat.
Sure.
And to get the eyes and the mind of an educator on the county commission, and I can bring those things to it.
Sure.
So I thought the timing was right for me to run now.
Sure. Okay. And so far with the results that you've had, or the situation as it is. How do you feel about it? Feel good about it? You glad you did it?
I am glad I did it.
Right.
This was the right time for me, regardless of what happens, because I've gotten to meet hundreds of people in this district.
Right.
It has energized me. It has given me increased faith in humanity.
Good.
I've met the greatest people, and we've had the most interesting conversations.
Really?
So it has been an absolutely wonderful experience.
Now, let me ask you, when I bring someone up here, we like to talk about what you want to talk about and all that. Let me ask you, what are the people talking about? You go to talk, what are they? Are we talking about, mom and pop issues, table, kitchen table stuff? We hear about that all the time. What are they talking about?
The people are talking about, frequently they will say to me, "Oh, what does the county commission do?"
I've asked. I've been asking that for 20 years. Yeah. No,
Well-
I'm sorry. No.
Well,
go ahead.
or what does the commissioner do?
Sure. Right.
Or what is my district? So, there's in living our busy lives, sometimes we do not get the civic details of,
Sure.
of our government, and I understand that.
Because to
So,
be on the county commission is certainly not for the money.
no, it is not.
Yeah,
it
it's-
is
yeah.
for serving.
It's for serving. Right.
And another thing they talk about, and I actually asked them this question: how can I help you? So the recent conversations I've had were, those limbs are on my electrical lines. How can I get those down? Or
Right.
my neighbor
Yeah.
and I were talking about this easement back here.
Right.
And he says that is my tree, and I say it is his tree.
Right.
So in both cases, I said to them, I can't give you an answer standing on your front porch right now, but I'll get it for you.
Sure.
And so I reached out to the proper government agency. I got back with that voter and gave him an answer. And so I've been doing that along the way. And another question was, they paid me money to buy my land on Bradyville Road, a portion of my land, so they could widen Bradyville Road.
Sure.
But nothing's ever happened. And so I found out from authorities that money's been reallocated from widening Bradyville Pike to I-24.
Really?
So it's the things
Huh.
like that they are
Okay.
primarily talking about.
Very interesting.
When
Yeah.
I go to them, I listen to them. I do not talk about me.
Right.
If they ask about me, then I'll talk.
Sure.
And I'll talk about issues, but I want to know, what are you thinking and how can I help you? That's how I'm doing it.
And you're talking about simple stuff like stop signs and potholes and limbs,
Yes.
which the electric company will be glad to come and cut them for you if they
That's
can
right.
get you on the docket.
But
you
they're
know.
not sure. Some may be
Sure.
recently here, or some may have been here for 20 years.
Right.
And they still
Sure.
are not, they've not had a need to engage with either utilities or government yet.
True.
And so I'm happy
Well,
to
we're
help
seeing
them.
this at NES down in Nashville, and they're calling for people to resign and all that. And there's no call for that. I know what that problem was because we had it. We used to own property in the Nashville area, and it is a love for trees.
Yeah.
And those people, I don't want nobody cutting that tree. My
Yes,
granddaddy
yes.
planted that tree after the Civil War. Okay, that's wonderful, Pops,
Yeah.
I'm with you all the way. But times have changed.
Yeah.
And I know what they've done. They sat down there, oh, well, I'm going to cut my tree. Okay, yeah, now you're sitting there with no power. Okay,
Exactly.
but that's a national problem, not us. But you know where I'm coming from. A little common sense can go a long way.
I had some conversations early on, and some with people who have experience in this.
Right.
And one in particular, and if he's listening, he'll know who he is, advised me, don't talk about your issues. Ask them how can you help them. I have followed that advice.
Sure.
Thank you. And
what are they saying?
Not
Go ahead.
only one thing they've said to me after I would come back with an answer
Right.
was, you mean you've already helped me? Well, you've got my vote. And so that's one thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're not
But-
even elected yet.
Right.
Right.
And I will continue to do this. And they still have my phone number. I will continue to do it because if I can help someone, I will. But in addition to that, it's helping me learn how to answer questions that may come my way
Right.
and how to navigate local government. And so it's been beneficial both ways.
Yeah, and the thing is, here's the thing. Now, I cannot vote for you. Okay, I'm in another, but what you do does affect me.
Yes, absolutely.
This whole thing is interconnected, because that road that runs a certain place may eventually wind up in my neighborhood too.
Correct.
So, we're the old cliche, we're all in this thing together is really true.
Especially in local government.
Yes, all politics is local.
The dynamics of the national scene, the dynamics of state government, they are real, but they are not immediately relevant right now in a local campaign. And
That's right.
So I don't go there. I don't bring it up. Rarely do the people that I've been meeting bring it up. Occasionally they will.
Well, a lot of people know you don't control gasoline prices. Those are set by futures trading and commodities trading from months, even years
Well,
past. And with this mess, go ahead.
You would think everyone knows that I don't control gas prices.
I know.
But there will be questions like, what can you do about grocery prices?
Sure.
What can you do about gas prices? And the answer to that immediately is nothing right now. However, let's think about what is happening in that local government can impact.
Sure.
That is related to that.
Agreed.
And it's like a filter we can offer to people to say, I know this is bothering you. What can local government do on this? Because local government cannot impact everything. Some things happen at the state, some happen at federal, some happen in private agencies and private market.
Right.
And local government cannot impact it. So that's another thing that
and again,
understand.
and Laura and I were talking before we came in here. Another thing the local government has and state government, you don't have the ability to print money.
No.
We don't. You don't. That option's out the window. The only people who do that are the feds. That's the big guys. We've got a call. You already got a caller. You're making trouble already. You ain't been on there 15 minutes. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Mr. Raymer, how you doing, Jeff?
All right, is this Jeff?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
I just wanted to ask you again. I know you're not in my district as far as voting wise, but where is your district, or what part of Russell County is it? I mean, I know who mine is. And I wanted to ask her too. You know how many of the commission is up this time? Is it half? They're up for re-election. I'm seeing a lot of signs, different district numbers, things of that nature. You know how many you're up for re-election this time? I know that. Like I said, I just want to see what your district was. And evidently, those gas prices, those futures are in last gas. Laverne, you didn't know that?
I did not know that. No, thank you.
Mr. Pinion, he's got the future over. He can tell you what the gas price is going to be next week. He can tell you now.
We got a crystal ball over there. Hey.
Mr. Pinion over at last. Tell you, those futures are in last gas. We have a meeting every morning at 6 a.m.
We'll need to talk later about that.
But the gas price is going to be, I'm going to go down to him. He'll tell you, though. I can tell you. But now, y'all, I enjoy y'all. So he said, I know people need to get out and vote as many as they can here. And early voting, of course, election day is well. Like I said, make your voice heard. That's all I can say about
Absolutely.
it. Y'all have a good week, and I enjoy your show. Thank you.
Jeff, we'll be talking to you. Thank you so much.
And I'll
Jeff,
answer that question.
Yeah, Jeff Neal, a good friend of ours and a good friend of WGNS. Where is your district? What area do you have?
My district, I know it well because I've driven it a lot.
Oh, I bet you have. Yeah.
If you can imagine a map that starts with Baird Lane at Main Street, right there next to Domino's. So Baird Lane.
Well, we all know where Domino's.
Exactly. That's why I
on
start
campus.
with
That's right. Yeah,
Domino's.
sure. Because we've all got a pizza from there from a time or two.
So Baird Lane at Main Street, and if you drive down Main Street toward South Rutherford, cross over, drive all the way down into the area of Mount Herman and Double Springs, and heading over to Dilton Mankin.
Gotcha.
Dilton Mankin goes all the way over to Manchester Pike. Take a left on Manchester Pike. Go down to Joby Jackson. Turn right on Joby Jackson. Get up to Elam Road. Follow Elam Road back up to Manchester Pike.
I've got a daughter that lives down there.
Yes, you do. I knocked on her door and met her. We had a lovely conversation.
Yeah.
But you continue up Manchester Pike. It becomes Southeast Broad.
Yes, it does.
Go up Southeast Broad to Parkview. Turn
Okay.
right on Parkview. Follow Parkview over to Bradyville Pike. Turn right on Bradyville Pike. And you'll get back to Baird Lane. And if you turn left on Baird Lane, it takes you back to Main Street.
Right.
So, in a nutshell, Baird Lane to Mount Herman and Main Street to Broad Street.
Right.
That's where my district is.
Roughly, do you know how many voters you have in your district? Do you know? Registered people that are registered.
Not roughly, 8,900.
8,900. How many of them vote? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw you a curve.
10 to 20%.
Okay, yeah. That's a shame.
And about half, maybe a little less than half in one party and a little more than half in another party.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, you're trying to change that. You're making that. Well, you're trying to you're making changes in the system one way or another.
I'm trying
Right.
to present a choice that people will not lean so heavily on which political party to drive their decision about whether they vote for me or not.
Right.
Because I'm offering a choice that is moderate and because
Right.
I believe that's where answers and solutions lie, somewhere in the middle. Could be left of the middle, right of the middle, but in the middle is where the answers lie. And so that's what I'm offering, is someone who has a view of local government issues, questions, and answers from a moderate view.
So reasonable. Somewhat trying to just be reasonable about things that will a problem that can be fixed, and there are problems that right now maybe not that can't be fixed.
Correct. Trying to find solutions because
Sure.
because to find solutions you have to reach consensus. You have
Sure.
to find common ground. And when you have an imbalance in terms of political parties, as we do in Rutherford County, you need to find a way to reach consensus and agreement on an answer. And so that is how I conduct myself professionally,
Right.
personally, and I think that's where success and solutions lie. And so
Right.
that's how I'm approaching it.
Good enough. Okay. And let me ask you if I can. Hold on here. Yes. Your doctor's degree. What is your degree? What is your doctorate in?
Educational leadership and policy from Peabody College at Vanderbilt. I'm an educator. I was a teacher. I was a principal.
Right.
With my degree that I got, I went to MTSU, came to MTSU as a professor in the College of Education, and then I currently work as an administrator, as the director of the Center for Educational Media. So I kind of feel at home here on the station.
All right.
But all of my professional life has been in support of educators and in support of schools and in support of ultimately children and their learning.
And maybe a library or two where we ought to keep our books.
Maybe a library or two. The College of Education certainly trains librarians, and we've got issues here locally on that.
I thought, what was it, 128 books they wanted to ban? I'm going to go over this week. I'm going to read all the 128 books.
Please do that, and that'll be an entire show.
Well, that'll do it. that should do 30 minutes for this that bunch. Seriously, it's what
a
ahead,
child
please.
should read is a parent's decision. It's pretty simple.
Sure it is. Yeah.
And that's the parent is who makes decisions for their children, and we've taken that out of the hands of the parents, and it's not a good thing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it starts at the house, and and you know this, okay? So much can be solved, and I have a lot of people that they don't eat a meal together at the house. every night at our house was supper time around 6, 7 o'clock. Okay? And in our house, how it worked mostly, and my wife, who's listening on Alexa, she doesn't need to see me. She sees enough of me at the house. But she listens on Alexa, by the way. But anyway, and she'll tell you, she would come home. Her degree, she graduated. She was from MTSU as well, and a degree in communication. Whatever it used to be. I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway, but she'd come in and she'd start with homework for the kids. I'd fix supper, and that's just the way it was.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that's the way it ought to be in every house in Rutherford County. Don't get me wrong, but that's the way we did it. And we'd sit down and eat supper together. What happened today? And I think a lot of America, I think a lot of people have gotten away from that. And I can understand. It's such a busy place. We're so busy and all that. But, you didn't come here to hear me preach about that. But that's how we used to do it, And I think, talking about the parent situation, we've gotten away from that.
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to our second break if we could, Connor, if you don't mind. I'm going to pull a rabbit out of a hat here. And Miss Laura Clark is with us right now. Dr. Laura Clark is here. And Connor's on the board. And I'm Ed Raymer. We're going to be with you for the balance of the hour. Back with you right after this. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. They've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
All right, Ed Raymer here with the Ed and Lee Raymer Show. Laura Clark is here. We've got a caller on the line, and we're going to heed to that right now. Caller, go ahead.
What do you say, Ed?
Hello, and who have we got here, please?
Mr. Jason Bennett.
Hello, Jason. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Jason was our guest last week, as a matter of fact, folks.
Hello. Yeah, I wanted to call in and thank Miss Clark for stepping up and running for Shanto's seat. And I wanted to thank her for what she said just a few minutes ago about bringing some civility back and having just a little bit more moderate politics, because I believe that in local politics, that's probably the way we want to go. As you know, Ed,
Sure.
Since 2013, 2014, we have gone, not that I'm not really left, I am, but when it comes to local politics, we have gone backwards every single cycle.
Right.
And the way we're going and tracking is just we're going downhill, and we're not getting anywhere. In fact, we're losing ground. And so I really wanted to just reach out and thank Ms. Clark for that. That's something that I appreciate for sure, especially in local politics. That's what we need.
I appreciate you, and we appreciate what you're doing, and thank you, and keeping people, apprised of the situation. And, Dr. Clark, we're glad to have her here. Dr. Laura, go ahead.
Yes. Jason,
yes, ma'am.
Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for calling. My rationale for approaching it like that, it's not so much to take a left or right stand, but I believe that's where the answers lie. I believe that's where solutions to questions and problems, they lie in the middle. And so that's why I propose that's how we have to do it.
Yeah, when you have both of the extremes, which are very, very, very far right and very, very, very far left, the obvious answer is in the middle somewhere.
Right.
That's correct. Yeah, I think there's probably, when you get closer to just left and right, then maybe there's not necessarily that you can tell very much. But when they're so far right and when they're so far left, then it obviously absolutely is in the middle. And I do believe that's where we kind of need to get back to locally.
Yeah.
Locally here, we can have all the other stuff, nationally, I guess. But
yeah.
And
need to
tone that down as well.
It doesn't. I don't believe that it will undermine our own personal values to take that approach, but
Absolutely
it's just
not.
an approach of being productive in local government, because I have my values. They are solid. I know what I believe, but I will hold those values. In the process, though, if I get an opportunity to be involved in governing, I will go to the middle, because that's where we'll get things done. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to compromise on some things, and that the idea that you can't compromise puts you backwards almost every single time. When you fight without some sort of compromise, you don't gain ground typically. You lose ground, and that's not getting us anywhere. You have to compromise.
Well,
So,
another
thank you
thing,
very much.
Jason, is the time element. You've wasted so much time.
Oh my gosh, Ed! How much time have we wasted?
Well, I've wasted a
It's
bunch. I can
incredibly-
tell you that. Yeah.
I've done my fair share of it. I
Oh,
promise.
yes, I have. Guilty as charged, and will be guilty again. Yeah.
Yeah, probably,
But that's okay.
Probably so. Well,
I'll carry that
you
with me.
guys, I'll hang up and listen. Thank you, guys.
Jason, thank you so much. Jason Bennett with us. Thank you so much. And, thank you, Jason. We appreciate you. And he's right, to finally just sit down, But you were talking about one of the things, let's talk about one or two of the things you're campaigning on.
Okay.
You're talking about making it equal pay,
Yeah. So, the term I use is salary parity.
Parity,
Because
right.
what I've learned is that frequently there's an imbalance between salaries that are paid for jobs in Rutherford County and typical jobs in Murfreesboro City,
Right.
where often the city will pay more for a comparable job, and a person may leave the employment of Rutherford County government to go to Murfreesboro City. You can lose a lot of talent, lose a lot of training time when that happens.
Right, yeah.
And we live together. We are the same community. We are neighbors, and I'd like to see more parity in salaries. I know that idea. I know it's a matter of adjusting budgets. I get that. but it seems within a community of neighbors, it should be more balanced. And that's now with teachers specifically. I have taken, I'm an educator. I'm particularly interested in that. I've taught some school finance at MTSU, so I just have an interest in that. I've looked at a comparison of public school salaries in surrounding counties. Rutherford County Schools compares favorably to surrounding counties with one exception, and it's Metro Nashville Public Schools.
Sure.
So I know of an outstanding educator who was employed at Rutherford County last year and is now employed in Metro Nashville Public Schools. I don't know the numbers of how often that happens, but I know of one, and there are others. We are an excellent public school system here. We have two excellent public school systems, Murfreesboro City and Rutherford County Schools.
That we do, yeah.
And we need to pay competitive salaries because we've got one of the best systems in the state, and we need to pay our teachers like that.
Why is that, Doctor? Why do we have teachers, excuse me, at the lower end of the pay scale? Teaching is a profession, just like being an architect, like being a lawyer, like being a doctor, and you have a doctor's degree in education. Same thing. Why is that? Why do we look so lowly on, you're a teacher. Oh, okay. Oh, you're just a teacher. You won't, wait a minute. I can remember every teacher I ever had. There's something to that, and they remember me too, probably. And
no comment because I just met you.
Okay.
But I'm listening.
All right, we're going off the air. Now, thank you, Laura, for coming in. Appreciate that. Good luck in your campaign. No, but seriously, why is it that we do that? And we're not going to solve this tonight, but I don't understand that.
So I can't give you a data-based answer on that or a research-based answer, but what I can tell you is there's been a lot of examination of this very question that I'm about to say, and it is this. Teaching has traditionally been a woman's role.
Right.
And we know historically, and even in the present day, there is still an imbalance in what women are paid and what men are paid. And when you're talking about a financial system or a financial a step system of pay or any kind of budget issue, it doesn't correct itself easily or quickly without some major changes. So it takes time for things to become more balanced. It takes time for things to change, but I think it is rooted in the fact that teaching has traditionally been a woman's job. But let me say that teachers have the most impact on a child's life, second only to parents, because the number of hours that children spend with teachers,
that's exactly right.
In weekdays, sometimes surpasses the number of waking hours they are with their parents. And so the time with that adult has an impact on children, which has an impact on our towns, states, cities, and societies. So it is absolutely critical work. They work with the minds of children. Physicians work with the bodies and health of children. The work of education is critical to a healthy society. We should pay more.
Sure. I agree. Mm-hmm. And the money, it gets me, all I've asked for in education, will you quit looking at your bangs?
That's an inside joke, and I'm not.
She was looking at her bangs, folks. We never worked hard to be on TV.
Well, I have to be able to see,
Yeah, I mean, I went past, when you used to go, we built houses, you could go past the school at 6:37 in the morning, teachers already there.
Oh, it's still the case. Same thing now.
And we always provided, paper towels and pencils and just basic paper. Just 3 ring, the binders and things like that all of us did. And my wife and I didn't begrudge it, but should it really be that way? I mean, I don't know, And I've asked just simply, I want, and by George, I'm going to do it again, I want a free lunch, I want free breakfast, I want a free snack in the afternoon for these kids, all of them. And just forget about if they're rich or poor, if they're doing good or not. I don't care, okay? Feed the kids.
I'm in complete agreement with you. That goes back to the connection between body and mind.
Right.
If a child, if an adult, if an adolescent going through the hormones of puberty, if they are hungry, they are not functioning optimally. They are not at their best. They may not even be able to think clearly. And that is not a good time to learn, to take a test, or to take a standardized test.
Right.
So yes, let's feed the children.
Right.
Let's feed all of them. I'm in total agreement with you on
Well,
that.
and that's what I said. I mean, I had a good friend, I've got a good friend, and he commented on Facebook, and he's an educated fellow. He knows his stuff. And he said, Ed, I'd be in favor of it. I don't know. It would cost us like $16 million, whatever. I think it was 16 million, 15, 16 million. And I wrote him back. I said, I agree with that, and I understand that. But, they get ready to put up a big building. We find money for that. When you have repairs and everything, you got to find money for that. But what I'm saying, okay, say it is $16 million. I say already it's not that much. We're already paying probably half of it. Do you know, Doctor, are we paying? I mean, we pay for a big chunk of that. And I don't begrudge it. That's fine. Go ahead and feed the rest of them. What is the deal?
Yeah. I cannot quote the numbers because I won't even try because I can't quote the numbers. But I know that federal money is what supports the free and reduced lunch program and breakfast program. So that's a federal grant. It's a renewable annual. Actually, I won't call it a grant. That is federal money.
Federal money.
That can continue, and so the district simply needs to supplement the money that will cover the children who are not qualified under the free and reduced lunch program. So that does reduce the cost. If you're calculating the cost based on all the kids who are there who need to eat, that's not an accurate calculation, but we just need to cover the balance of the kids. I can't tell you the numbers, but I can say that should be done.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying, I think Tim Walton in Minnesota, they fed all theirs, the whole state.
Yeah.
They worked out a program. They did it. I mean, I'm asking this county to feed our children.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. Rich, poor, good, up,
Right.
down, whatever I don't care. Forget the socioeconomic situation of it. Feed them.
Yeah, and keep in mind that education is governed at the state level. A lot of people feel like education is governed from the federal level. The only thing that happens at the federal level is there is available funding to support the implementation of whatever federal laws affect K-12.
Sure.
States govern education. And so the beginning of that decision happens in the Tennessee General Assembly.
Yes, it does.
And but the end of that decision happens in the local school districts. They call them LEAs, local education agencies.
Right.
So it's a combination of state funding, local funding, and I suspect, without knowing the numbers, we have the capacity to feed every child in Rutherford County schools.
I'm going to talk to someone about that. I believe we can. I'm going to keep harping on it until somebody does something. Until we do it.
Yes.
I mean, and to get our teachers, I just don't get it. And you were talking earlier too. We've had a tremendous growth here. Okay, there's no doubt Rutherford County, one of the fastest growing counties in the United States.
Right.
And to get people that can handle this growth requires higher paid jobs, engineers, people of that nature, planners, city planners, all these folks, and we've got a bunch that are here from out of state, from out of town, because we needed them here. The days of, let's say me and your daddy going out here, Ed, get that tractor. We're going to cut a road through here. I'm going to build some houses. Those days are long gone.
Right.
You have to have planners for that too. And I've told this story 1,000 times. You know, Connor's heard it probably till he's sick of listening to it, but I'm going to tell it again. You know, I had a school bus stop one day, and Laura, kids got off. This was just one apartment complex in all of Rutherford County. I don't know how many kids got off that bus. They're everywhere. I know the driver unloaded at least a third of the kids on that bus right there at one stop.
Right. Yes.
I said, man, this is just one bus in this county on one stop.
Exactly.
We've got a bunch of kids. You know what is? It's over 50,000 students now, I believe. You know, and it's growing.
Yes.
Now, you talked about growth. How do you feel? Can it be controlled? Should it be controlled? And Project Rutherford, for example.
Okay. It should be controlled. It should be planned. It should have Plan Rutherford, which is the strategic plan that was developed over the last 5 years by a team of people, including some from the Planning Commission, some from the County Commission,
Pettis
and
Reed
others.
was on it. Pettis is a reasonable
That's right.
fellow.
That's
Good
right.
fellow.
So
Reasonable
they
man.
developed, and this is a requirement by the state of Tennessee, by the way, for every county to do. So we were fulfilling that requirement.
Sure.
They proposed Plan Rutherford. The Rutherford County Planning Commission accepted it. The Rutherford County Commission denied it. I won't say denied it. They did not vote to adopt it. That's a more accurate way of saying
It's
it.
sitting on the back burner now, as I understand.
So
right?
no, not exactly. It is already implemented in Rutherford County because the Planning Commission accepted it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's already being used as the guide for planning and decisions about zoning, decisions about zoning appeals.
Right.
It is already being used as a guide. It's just that if the county commission had adopted it, it would have more teeth. It would have more impact in the decisions, because now it, as every strategic plan, it can be revised at any time, going through the system of the Planning Commission and the County Commission. And if someone sees a change that needs to be done, they can bring it to the county government and propose it, and it may or may not be adopted. So it is not in stone. It is not law. It is not a law, but it is a guide.
It is a guide.
And so when growth is happening at the rate it is here in our county, absolutely we need a plan. And I attended a forum last week at MTSU, and the key idea I came from that, it was a discussion of regional economic discussion with a focus on zoning. Zoning is the beginning of the decision about how we're going to grow, because zoning determines how that piece of land can be used and what all can be built, if something can be built on it. And you know, an issue we have here in Rutherford County, we have a lot of territory, a lot of property here that it's known as karst. And what that means is, under the soil, it is so rocky, it is not suitable to put the infrastructure of sewer and water. And so it won't park. It's not. That's right. And so it's not the ideal place to build a subdivision or apartments. It's not ideal to build.
Or if you do, you're going to have to supply it with city sewer.
Correct.
It's going to have to be just part of the overall plan. And I think now, according to this, was a county deal. This is county.
Yes.
And they wanted, and I heard Mr. Reed, Pettis Reed, good man. They worked hard. They've worked about 4 or 5 years on this thing, I believe. Didn't they, Laura?
He spent about 5 years.
He spent a lot of time on it.
He spent a lot of time on it.
Was it basically one house per acre that they had sort of proposed?
On one of the zones in Plan Rutherford, it was one house. One house.
And someone got miffed about that. They wanted 2.
There was a commissioner who right at the last minute said, wait a minute, one house on this lot, and now at this moment I cannot remember the size of the lot, so I won't say it.
Right.
He said, no, we need 2 houses. And so when the commission at the urging of that commissioner, voted not to approve it. It automatically went back to planning. Planning kept it as it was, sent it back to the commission, and then last week the commission voted not to adopt it. Now, here's what concerns me. It is, to what extent are developers, real estate people, and builders affecting the decisions of the county commission? I cannot answer that question except to say there is an effect, there is an impact from developers, home builders, and real estate people.
Right.
And beyond that, I can't say exactly the impact, but here's what we need. We need a balanced representation on county commission that cannot be easily influenced by interests that will result in getting profit from decisions by the commission. And again, I am not implicating anybody, but I'm saying that when money goes into supporting people on the commission, it at least presents the appearance of maybe some impropriety.
Right.
It does not ensure, because a person's integrity can actually override that, and they can make a decision based on their own integrity. But when money's involved,
I know what you're talking about.
The appearance of impropriety is something to think about.
That money should be made public too.
Well, take a look at financial disclosures right now listed on the Rutherford County election site, and you can get an idea. Candidates are being supported by lots of people, and if you receive money from someone, it does not ensure that you are being unethical. It does not.
Right. Sure.
But I'm saying that you have to guard against the appearance of impropriety.
It can sway a person.
It can.
There's no doubt about that. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
But I want to be clear to anyone. Don't read into my statement that I'm accusing anyone. I'm not. I'm not accusing anyone.
Sure. Yep.
I'm saying that we have to avoid the appearance.
I agree. Okay. Anything else you'd like to go with? We're down to about our last 6 minutes. And Laura Clark is running for county commission in District 21. Mr. Chantho is retiring. Of all things, he's your treasurer.
He is my treasurer. He agreed to be my campaign treasurer because he is supporting my campaign.
Right.
And that means a lot to me that he supports my campaign.
That's great. It really is.
Yeah.
Because he has been a big help to this county. I'm telling you. Not in a loud way.
No. He's a quiet leader.
He's a very quiet man.
He's a servant leader, and he's been responsive to people when they had a problem or had a request. He's always helped them. And as I go around in meeting, I tell you I've met hundreds of people. I can't tell you how often when they see Shanto Sereno's name on my card, their face lights up and say, oh, we know him, or my mother worked with him,
yes.
or he helped my grandfather, or he's just had an impact all over the county. I want to thank him and really give honor to him because of his service over the last 16 years.
I'm telling you, it's been unbelievable, and he is a known figurehead here in Rutherford County. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
And I admire you for doing this. This is the first time you've ever put your name on a ballot.
It is the first time. Now, I'm proud to say I'm the daughter of an elected official. My dad was an elected official in Shelby County for many years, and so I was an observer of it, and I've always been interested in campaigns because I like to watch it. It is not inherently corrupt. It's a struggle for who ultimately gains influence and who gains decision-making power. And that's ultimately what politics is. Where three or more are gathered, there is politics.
Sure.
And so, but this is the first time I have put my name on the ballot. And so I ask you to go to my website, lauraclark4ruco.com. I'll say it again, Laura Clark, number 4, RUCO.com. And take a look. My issues are there. My bio is there. And a link to register to vote is there. And then a link to donate if you are so inclined is also there on my website. So,
and you can register to vote right there through your site.
You can register to vote there, and then you can register to vote on my campaign cards. I have a QR code on the back of every card.
Show people what they did. Put that up to the camera if you could, please.
So this, my card is this, and on the back there are 3 codes. One is the register to vote code.
Sure.
One is my website, and one is my donation.
Right.
So, because I've worked in voter registration at MTSU for more than 15 years, I believe in registering everyone to vote.
Yes, I agree.
This is not a question of what party are you. No, everyone should be registered to vote, and you should take advantage of the privilege.
It is a
voting.
privilege. That's right.
Yeah. And, voting's underway this week. Every day this week, you can go downtown from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., vote at the Election Commission. There are other locations in the county. I can't name them all sitting in this seat tonight.
Sure, they're everywhere. Sure. The signs will show you.
Yes,
The early voting signs are out.
And May 5th is the actual primary. If you choose to vote for me, you will need to select the Democratic primary, and you will see my name.
Right. And after that, then your election the big election is in August?
August 6th.
August 6th.
The winner of the primaries, Democrat and Republican, on May 5th, whoever wins the primaries, will go on to run on August 6th in the general election.
Well, it's going to be a hot August night. I can tell you that. Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So I hope that I am one of those names under consideration on August 6th, but it's up to the voters.
Sure. Would you do it again so far? Would you do it again?
This has been an absolutely joyful, I know that's so corny, a joyful experience in my life because of the people I've gotten to meet. The stories, the personalities, there's weird people, funny people, serious people, sad people, happy people.
Right.
And we have good people living in this county, and I have gotten to engage with over 700 of them in the last 3 months.
That we do. We've got some fine people living in this county. We really do. And you just got to get out and meet them.
Yes. So would I do it again? Yes, I would.
You would?
Would I do it 4 years from now? To be determined. TBD.
Laura Clark has been with us tonight, and she's asking for your vote for the county commission in District 21. Brother Chantho is stepping down. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, he is her treasurer.
Yes.
And taking care of the funds for her. Dr. Clark, we appreciate you being here. I may even have you back. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for this opportunity. I've loved the conversation.
Okay. We'll have a recording of it. It will be put up. Connor will put it on, and we'll have it on later tonight so you can go back and listen. And it's been a pleasure to have you here again. Thank you so much, Ed, for agreeing to do this. Thank you. Okay?
Happy to do it.
Connor, thank you. And thanks to your help there, I know you couldn't make it without her. And thank you all for listening. And until next Sunday at 8 o'clock, this is Ed Raymer for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. And I'll catch you down the road. Good night.